Hello and welcome to my customer discovery report for our AI assistant locally. So let's get to it. Oh, sorry. So we did 6 interviews in the process and we had solution to MVP. We had the participants Topi and Kenji. So to start off, how we documented it, I met with the people in person. I sat down with both Toby and Kenji. Um, and I know Toby from before, but Kenji I met over here. Yeah, so we met in person, like I said. For the first interview, the problem interview, I started meeting them. Um, and I had my computer with me, and I wrote down everything and asked them how they thought about our idea locally. And I started very wide and then narrowed it a little bit down to see where they thought it would start and where it would go. And after the first round of problem solution interviews, we figured out how to make the solution interviews. But I changed something from the first interview to the second interview because I started interviewing them with my computer and I had all the scripts and I wrote down everything I asked them for, word for word. But I thought they were a little bit not so enthusiastic. So after that, for the second solution problem, start with the computer and I sat with the eye to eye, man to man, person to person, and I had my notebook, so I just took notes. That's how I gathered my data for these interviews. And when I did that, I think I got a more honest and a little less biased conversation with them because we were more on kind of like the same level. And yeah, so to go from the computer down to the more eye to eye thing, I think made it. I could feel their body language and their energy changed when I changed from looking down to my computer and looking them in the eyes and just taking small notes. Um, yeah, and so all the things I learned from these interviews is that to start with, I think that we had these conversations, and I quickly find out that this is more about the cultural tone and not the grammar that is the barrier for people who come as a foreigner to the States, for example, but it could be anywhere else, to be a foreigner. Um, and I think I got a bit more out of it when I sat with them face to face instead of with the computer. And that was where they came up with some of the good features, like a cultural part of the thing. So yeah, as you can see here on my PowerPoint, as I mentioned, like listening to the emotion and hearing what they think about the problems, and I can feel they were more real and not so biased from the problem interview to the solution interview. So it was, as I mentioned here, more empathy driven to discover how to lead this locally brand to more success and to better innovation. So it is really about the tone and not about the grammar, which you have seen. So the best practices I've done is to, as you can see, I start broad and narrowed it down for the specific person. For Kenji and Toby, they had two very different point of views on the app, how it could use both for education and for exchange students, but also for professionals, how to meet with new colleagues and new co-workers and investors. Yeah, so that's what I think was the best part of it. And yeah, so I think that's, as you can see here, my reflections and key takeaways for this project here is you need to do a very qualitative research and skills and learn how to interview and what's doing best for you. So for some, maybe it will be computer to gather data and type all things down. For us or for me, it was better when I only took keynotes and was more interactional and how can you say, more in person with them and only notes. Then you get a lot more out of it for me. Yeah, so that's what um, that's what I have for you, Harissa.